Hi, this is Luke Bellman with the SoCal Sustainability Energy module, and I'm here with.
Hi, I'm Mr. Manning. I teach AP World History to sophomores.
So we're just going to ask you some questions and do a little survey. So have you ever heard of the term energy vampire as it relates to infrastructure?
I have, yes. Actually, an energy vampire to me is a thing that continues to drain or suck energy even when you turn it off. It's kind of like in a sleep mode.
Exactly. And could you estimate how much power in your home could be taken up by the vampires or idle load energy?
It's a very small percentage because I'm actually, I turn everything off. So I don't have that, and I get these little surveys from Southern California Edison, and it lets me know that I'm actually in the top 1% of users for my demographic. So you kind of turn everything off in my house.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm a little weird in that sense.
So experts
except for the fridge.
Exactly. Experts would estimate that for the average person, I know you're in the top 1%, 20 to even 30% of household energy is taken up by the idle load that isn't really doing anything and just in the sleep mode. So it's very good that you're very conscious of that.
For sure.
So do you utilize power strips in your home?
Yes, actually, and I want to give a classroom example. So over here at my desk where I have my computer and all of my materials, it's all on a power strip. When I leave for an extended break, like on President's Recess, I turn it off, which means all the equipment in this room that belongs to me is no longer taking energy. Please don't walk through.
So that's great. I appreciate how you answered the next question. Is most people don't consider most people don't consider turning them off when they leave because it doesn't occur to them that it could sap energy while they're gone. So it's very good that you're conscious. So I know this might not really apply to you, but think of some applications that you might leave plugged in without a second thought. Or in your case, you could choose ones that you particularly leave when you leave the house, you'll unplug them. So do you have any applications?
One of the primary is obviously the fridge. I don't have a smart fridge because that takes more energy and I don't need the fridge to tell me what to buy. But kind of the main thing is now that I have a teenage son, he leaves his iPad, his laptop, and his phone just kind of plugged in. And so it's okay, but I've been trying to train him that you should check and unplug it when you go to bed.
That's a good one. And have you ever heard of Energy Star?
Yeah, but I can't remember what it is. Sorry.
Well, what would you think it was if you had to
Energy Star is probably a rating system. So determining how energy efficient something is. So when you buy a dishwasher, it has an Energy Star rating. That's what I think. That's
a very astute observation there. So it's kind of it's a joint program for the United States Environmental Protection Agency. And it kind of provides, it's a label for products that consumers may buy, so it is sort of a rating system.
Okay.
And it's for sustainability and how good they are, preserving energy if they take a lot, consumers can look at that. And to you, why is it important to keep energy consumption low?
Well, okay, so I'm older and grew up in a different world, but when I grew up, if you let's say you were sick and you woke up in the middle of the night, the house was quiet. And I noticed that modern homes, especially hotels when I travel, they always buzz. Everything's always buzzing. So on a personal level, I enjoy quiet. I like to be able to hear the crickets or the birds or whatever. So that's just kind of personal. However, as the guy that pays the bills in the house, I've compared energy rates with first my parents when I was young, but later my neighbors. And I've noticed my neighbors spend 5 to 6 times a month what I spend on electricity. So it's just economics. I want to help the environment, but primarily it's self-interest motivated. As a benefit, I'm doing my part with a low carbon footprint and all that, but it's primarily about taking care of me and my household. I'd rather have money to pay for my son's college than his iPhone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's kind of killing two birds with one
long-term
stone.
thinking.
Yeah. And lastly, I know you already kind of spoke about this, but how do you communicate with your son about kind of lowering his emissions or his use of energy vampires and other sorts
The
of
primary thing is we don't let energy draining objects like the PlayStation or the phone or the TV into the bedroom. And we've taught him that the bedroom is a place of quiet. So again, I always approach everything from a more personal level, but it's a quiet space, it's a restful space. And even the objects around us need to to rest. The land needs to rest. You can't harvest the earth continually. You got to let it rest. Our machines need to rest. You turn your car off when you go home. You don't leave. You don't just let the engine run for 24 hours. It's not good for the engine. Rest is good for both natural and inorganic objects, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say that. I said that incorrectly. Rest is good. We should rest. Even our machines should rest.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Manning, for participating, and thank you for watching.
Thanks for having me. It was
this
fun.
has been Sustainability SoCal Energies module, and yeah, thank you.